we're going to go back to Gil talking about the shift cam, which is this item right here. And I should have not left. It was my fault too. So we're going to finish where we are at. And so Gil's back. Come on, baby.
Yeah, I messed it up. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
She won't touch it again. I won't touch the camera again.
Okay, you go
I can
ahead.
use the camera from this side, the back side, but not in front.
See, that's again, we have different roles. All of this, website, when it comes to social media stuff, this is my lane. And so forgive my honey.
Anyway, this is the Shift Cam. I started out with this. This is the Shift Cam Pro. This is actually, I think this has actually changed my whole photography game. This actually is a device that you can add onto your phone. This is the case that it actually comes in, and I'll open it up. And so this is the actual product. And I was just shooting an event the other day, as a matter of fact, this past weekend, and a person that was at the event, attending the event, said, "What is that you're using?" This is actually the device. It actually is called the Shift Cam Pro, as you can see there on the screen. It's actually a docking station for your phone that can help you when it comes to shooting. As you can tell, it actually has a hand grip. So your hand goes in here. I'm gonna show you how to actually mount your phone. Hand goes in here. It's Bluetooth capable, and it's a wireless charger for your phone if you have MagSafe on your phone. So you actually have it this way. It actually has the mount here for if you have accessories there. Has the trigger button, as you can see right there, the little trigger right there. It actually can mount to a tripod, and you recharge it with a USB-C. So what you do is you actually take your phone that I actually have. I'm gonna show you on my phone. Again, I have an iPhone 14. So you actually take this, that's the phone, this is the cam. It actually has a case, a cradle. As you can see, it just slides right in and it locks down. And look at that, y'all. It actually locked down. You can see them 3 cameras, so you know this is an iPhone. And I'm just holding it upside down to show you how tight this actual docking station is, the springs on this. But this is the cool part. So you can actually shoot like this, your phone. But guess what? When you have to do some portrait stuff, guess what? You just crank it that way.
Wow, that's so
crank
cool.
it that way, and now you can actually still shoot your portrait items or your shorts or anything like that in the portrait mode. You want to shift back, you just literally crank it that way, and that's why it's called the Shift Cam. So it's actually one of the best things that I've ever bought when it comes to gear and tech and accessories, because this has actually changed the way it makes me use my phone even more when it comes to taking pictures. So that's the Shift Cam Pro. Again, you see it on the item screen. Some people say it's a little bit pricey. I didn't think it was that pricey for what it actually does, because if you think about it, if you're going to spend money on a high-end camera for doing some of your content, you can actually use, this is the camera that you always keep with you. Everybody has this phone with them all the time, usually. And if you have this with you, it actually takes your photography to a whole nother level, because you end up using it a lot more than you normally would if you got to do it the old school way. You know how we used to do it like this. You got your phone and you got to do this, and then you want to take a selfie, you got to cradle it and do that kind of stuff.
And wrist dropping.
None of that. So you don't have to worry about it anymore. So that's the actual Shift Cam Pro.
And you can also show them how you can just let it stand up, because that's what the person
So
saw.
the actual thing that was awesome about it, I'm docking it, putting it back into the cradle. As you can see, it actually just slides right in. And this is actually spring loaded. So you see it actually opens up like that. So you're not hurting it. So I just actually open it up a little bit, mount the phone in it. It has the little shoes on the bottom to keep it from popping out, so you can see that. It doesn't cover up your speaker, so you can still do that. But this is the cool part, y'all. Check this out. It's not only that, and it does this. So you see, I actually can mount it. So if you're watching something on the screen, you can actually watch whatever you want to watch. If you're using it for movies or anything like that, this is the cool part. I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna turn. Look at that. It actually just sits there on the mount. So you actually can do it that way and actually maintain the status as far as the actual phone standing up on its own. So that's the Shift Cam Pro, and it actually holds that way too. So if you're actually just watching something in portrait mode, it still stands up on its own, like I showed you.
And does it charge it at all?
It's actually a wireless charger as well. So wireless charger, Bluetooth capable. I shot at the event. It took me we were there for about 3 hours, and I shot probably over 150 photos and video and I was charging the phone at the same time. And as you can see, it just stands up on its own. I'm not holding it, cradling it. You see all 5 fingers. So it's just standing up on its own. I'm not bracing it or balancing it. That's just the way it goes. So even if I wanted to turn it this way, it still does the same thing. So it actually is mounted into the phone, into the case. It's safe. It's not going to tip out. It's not going to drop or anything like that. As you can see, it's pretty sturdy. It's probably one of the best things I ever got. So I'm going to turn it back over to Renee. I'll be back.
He'll be back. And so another thing that I want to share is shifting lanes. I actually am going to show it to you. So we've already went over the cases. I'll let Gil talk about these other items. I talked to you about the cases for your earbuds. I want to show you a different tripod because so many times we don't realize that all of these different tripods have different purposes. This is one of my favorite tripods. We use this for podcasting. We use this tripod for video. You can sit it on the tabletop. You can actually move it and bend it different directions. This is what I like about it. It's real flexible. You can make it taller, and if you have an awkward position you're in, you can use this tripod. So this is a really good tripod because it's really flexible. And if I'm doing stuff by myself, I kind of use this. This is kind of my go-to. And so is this little tripod as well. I like the little smaller ones because it allows you to have flexibility. And the thing I like about them is that they're small. You can put them in your bag and you can be on the go with them. So these are some really good flexible tripods. And I want to show you something that I have been using because I have arthritis. And this is something that I have been using to help to alleviate that. It is called red light therapy. And what I do with this light, red light therapy is like all the rage. And it's not anything new. It's been around for years. But the thing that I like about this is you see how small it is? This is really portable. It has a little hook on it. You can hang it wherever you like. I normally take this and I do it every day for 20 minutes. I have it hanging, actually, I have it hanging on a tripod. And I sit with it on my arm. And it's really, you don't want to get more than 20 minutes. It also comes with some little glasses to protect your eyes because you don't want your eyes to be affected by it. But this has really helped me a lot for pain management. I'm going to show another tool that I use as well. But if you're looking for ways to alleviate pain without it adding to your digestive issues, red light therapy is a really great way because it's a topical solution. It actually helps. This is good for your skin. This is good for fat reduction. This is good for so many different things. Red light therapy is really, I'll put a link on our site about what red light therapy is. But red light therapy, even if you read in the comments when people purchase this, you can actually read in here and you can see all the information about red light therapy. Red light therapy is really a great way to really help with pain, with reduction of scarring. It has lots of benefits. So check it out. One of my favorite items is this little red light therapy machine. I hope you guys are having a good day and I hope you're enjoying all of this. These are the things that we love to use. We're not just sharing things that these aren't sponsored. We're doing this because these are the things that we love to use and we actually really do use them. This is something else that I use on a regular basis for pain and for to alleviate stress. It's like a gun, and you're using it for like a massage.
No, it is a massage.
It's a massage. It's a massage gun. Yeah, actually, it is a massage gun. I'm gonna let you see what it looks like. This is the box that it comes in. This is it. I'm gonna go to this next item. This is the actual gun that you can actually use for a massage. You can either do it yourself.
It's a massager.
It's a massager. It is a massager, not a massage gun. You're correcting me. But this is what it looks like. It comes in this nice case. And the thing I really like, I like it when things come in nice cases because then you have a way to keep up with it and not lose it and for it not to get damaged. I normally have Gil do this to me each day, but you can do it yourself. I had a friend who came and visited us and she was struggling with some hip pain. And I told her, I said, you got to try this. And the bad part is I don't even know how to use it because I've never used it. Because Gil always uses it on me. So here he comes. He coming to help
Back
me.
with the tech.
Yeah,
So,
he's the tech man.
It's the precision massager. And so this is the accessory box that it actually comes with. And as you can see, it actually has all the different attachments that come in it. So you have a larger ball, you have a smaller ball, you have some of the different attachments for different areas that you're going to massage, whether you need flat surfaces, crevices, creases, muscles. It basically hits all the muscle groups that you actually have. So
I'm going to be the mannequin. He's going to try it on me.
It's rechargeable. Just plugs into the bottom. It has I think it's up to 9 settings. So you actually turn it on here. This is one of the attachments that actually just pops right in, and that's all to it. And then you actually turn it on back here. This just the intensity right here. So you turn it on here. You see it lights up blue, and right now it's on 0%. So, and that's it. You see how it's moving, and it's just massaged so like that. So you can use it on shoulders, major muscle groups, or anything like that. So this is actually works really well, and it actually increases the intensity when it hits a muscle. You can push down on it, and it actually intensifies the pulsating of the muscle. So you can actually see it there. But if it hits a bone or something like that, it vibrates. It doesn't hurt, but it's telling you you're not on muscle. So you hit the muscle groups, whether shoulders, arms, legs, thighs, back, anywhere like that. That's what it's for. And it actually has some really high intensity. We charge it up on a regular basis, and it just continues up to the intensity level that all the way up to 9. So that's the massager. It's by Sharper Image. It's called the Power Percussion Deep Tissue Massager.
Yes. And it is one of my favorite tech tools that we have for pain management. And it's something that really helps when you're, because if you had a long day and you're in pain and you don't really want to take anything, that precision massager is a really great alternative to dealing with pain and really helping you to just kind of relax and unwind. I want to show you, I also have on here, because I want to show you some of the tools that we use for video and for podcasting. We had the Podcaster Pro. That is actually in another, we'll do that in another time. But we just want to show you some of the smaller things that we use to kind of, how do we get up and running? What are some of the things that we use? And if you're sitting for too long, the reason why I showed that Sharper Image massager, because sometimes if you're sitting too long, you're not moving, it can really cause a lot of just stiffness. And so this is an important part of the tools that you need to create content and to keep your body from just getting too stiff. One of the things I want to show you is, do you have to have a lot of money? No, you don't. Because for me, I want to show you the computer that I use. I use the Acer computer because it really helps you to have a computer that's lightweight and that's portable. And so when you're on the go, so yes, I use my phone a lot. I use the phone. Actually, we're using the phone right now. But the Acer is a really good computer. People were asking you all the time, well, what's a good computer and how much should it cost? And it really depends on how you're going to use it. And so the Acer is up here because it's one of my favorites. And we have lots of computers. But this is one of my favorites because it's small. And it's lightweight. It's not super heavy. Because Gil does have some super big heavy computers. But a part of it is just finding the tools that help you to achieve the goals that you've set out to achieve. You don't have to spend a whole lot of money, but just getting things that are really, really user-friendly and that are portable. Because for us, a lot of what we do is portable. We're on the go. We're going different places. And so we want to make sure that our tools are portable and that they're affordable. Because when people see what we're using, we want to say, well, here, these are the things that we're using. Because so many times you want to know where to get started. But if you don't know what tools to use, then you end up wasting a lot of time. And sometimes not knowing what tools to use can make you just stop. And so we want to make sure we can give you all the information that's going to help you to get on this journey of sharing content and really creating content in a way that's going to be beneficial to you and to your audience and your community. The other thing that I have, this is another one of Gil's items, and it's his camera. I'm going to have him share this because this is, again, it's tech.
So I'm gonna show you this 2 cameras that actually we use quite a bit. This is the Sony ZV-1. I actually can show you that here. I'm gonna try not to mess up anything this time. I'm doing it slow.
Did I leave it on there?
Yeah, then I'm trying to find it just so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. This is the U rig. This is just one of the rigs that actually goes on the camera actually itself. So right now it's attached to the actual monopod or the tripod for the tabletop. But this is actually the frame that actually houses the camera itself. It's actually mounted inside the frame, just similar to your cell phone. If you want to protect your cell phone, this actually mounted has a nice wooden handle because the camera is so small, but it is very powerful. And this is just the frame that I'm showing you right now. So the frame is actually for this. You have hot shoe mounts on the top, and it actually mounts on the bottom. This is a quick connect tripod mount that I actually have right now by Ulanzi. It's not on here. We'll show it on the next go round. But this actually mounts on the bottom. But you have holes right here for your small attachments that you can use, and you can actually access the battery on the camera itself with the rig. So this is the actual rig for the Ulanzi ZV-1. The camera is actually the ZV-1, which is what I'm showing you right now. This is an amazing camera. I was going to buy a new DSLR for us for when we do some vlogging and some of the things that we actually shoot. When you see some of the things on some of the social media posts, this is the camera that we actually are using. It's the Sony ZV-1. It's an amazing camera. You can see the description there. This has all the tech specs. I'm not going to nerd out and tell you all the tech specs and the f-stop and all that and what it can do and zoom in. But the one thing that I really enjoy about the camera, it's actually a simple point and shoot, but it does have the capability to actually be as technical as you want to be. This actually records video and takes great pictures. That's why I chose this one over the traditional. Normally I go with Canon or things like that. I still have Canon cameras, but I am camera agnostic. So I like the camera that is actually going to meet the need that I have. And I wanted something that was smaller, that I didn't have to carry around this big backpack with all of my gear and all my lenses and those things. So, but I still wanted to have the power and the capability to do the zoom ins and the zoom outs as far as telephoto lenses and things like that, because this is built in. This is a fixed lens. It's not interchangeable that you can remove and put on a different type of attachment. So that's what this actual camera is talking about. So again, you can see all the description right there, and it gives you all the particulars about the capabilities of it. So when you see any of the content that we're actually putting out, this is actually what you're looking at from that was shot with this camera or our iPhones. We use those a lot as well. So that's the Sony ZV-1 and the U-Rig. So I'll give it back to Renee.
Another thing that I want to share about the Acer computer, because we do use, we use the iPhone, but because we have a Google account, you can connect whatever apps you're using on your phone, you can connect them to your Chromebook. And I really like that. So if I'm on the go and I want to create a graphic in my phone, that same graphic will be on my computer. So if I want to do a bigger work on a bigger screen, I can take whatever app I'm using and I take those same apps and I put them on my Chromebook, and then that way I'm not having to create something in everything in my phone. So it really helps you to work together between your phone and your computer, and to give you a bigger screen without it being a whole lot, taking up a lot of space. The other thing that we have is another one of Gil's tech items, but I wanted to kind of give you guys an opportunity to just, a lot of the things that we're having here is because these are the things that we really use. We use them every day. I have, right now, the phone is on a different tripod, because sometimes using the ring light, if you notice when I'm doing videos, sometimes you can see that circle in my eye. It's from the ring light. And one of the things that Gil helped me to understand about that is that if you put the ring light up a little bit higher, then you don't see that. And so a lot of times you can have the right tools and you use them the wrong way. So today, instead of having the ring light, because I have my glasses on, I put the soft box. We have this soft box like this. We have the actual, this is the Wheatley light.
NL660.
NL660 light, but then he has a box over it. So lighting really does make a big difference. It really improves the quality of your footage. And the last thing that we have, I'm going to let Gil share it, is something he just got. And because we do a lot of video, we do a lot of filming, we do a lot of photos, we realize that we don't have a big team, but if you have the right tools and you have the right equipment, you can get the same effect of having a big team. And so that's why we use so many of these different devices and tools to really give you guys good quality content that's really what we're trying to do.
So the last thing I'll show you tonight is actually the Monzi Mini P Max gimbal. So this is the reason why I went with this one is I did a lot of research and trying to figure out which gimbal to actually go with, but I wanted something that is dual purpose. I wanted something that actually could serve me for the camera that I just showed you, the ZV-1, but I also wanted something that I could use my cell phone when we have it. Just like I mentioned earlier, we always have a cell phone with us usually. So, well, actually not usually, all the time. So, but this actually is a mono, or the gimbal. So this is actually what you're actually mounting your phone in, that actually gives it the freestyle to actually keep your motions. So you see it actually moves. We can, again, you can see it in the description that Renee is going to put up here and get all the particulars. It takes a little bit to mount it and balance it, and I'm not going to go in there just because we don't have that much time remaining. But so this is where you actually do it. Renee, we'll add it. We'll add it. It's on the page. Go to Gil's Tech. So we're actually there. So this is actually the the gimbal that actually is going to be used to maintain. So just imagine with the phone is actually mounted here, because there's a couple attachments. I have to put a hot shoe on the phone. You got to balance it, and that takes up a little bit too much time. But that's what this was actually used for. So you mount your actual phone in here, and as you go and do your motions, it's going to keep it stable and balanced. So you're not going to get that bouncing, shaking up and down. As you can see, it moves and swivels. It actually moves with you as you actually are balancing it out. But what I can do is show you how it actually balances by itself without actually mounting a camera or anything in there. So you can just imagine, you see how it actually moves. Let me just adjust this one little rail. You actually adjust it to it's a counter on there. You'll see the numbers and everything. It looks more complicated than what it really is. You just actually set it at 0 and it actually will balance itself out. So just imagine you actually putting your phone in here. Once your actual phone or your camera is actually mounted in here, this gimbal will keep it stable to where you actually can move around with it, and it's going to keep all your footage stable. It's going to keep all your balancing, and when it comes to the footage, you're not going to get that jittery and that shaking around.
So this is more so if you're walking and you're in movement.
Yes, if you're walking in movement, it kind of balance out the movement of the camera itself, so you don't get that shake constantly, which will make people not want to watch the content. So that's what it actually does. So as you're moving around, it has all the controls in it. So you can pan up and down, tilt. You can actually hit record. I don't have to go up to the phone like so and hit buttons. I can actually do it from the gimbal itself. So it actually mounts and moves around. So,
but does that charge the phone as well?
This does have the capability to charge the phone. It actually is a port on the side, as you can see right there. That's to charge the actual gimbal. This has this internal battery, but up here on the actual gimbal itself, you see this little bitty hole right here has another port. So you actually plug your phone in here, and it actually has the capability to charge your phone as well. Wow. So that's the gimbal, the Monzi Mini P Max.
Yes. And that is in our tech, and so we have like 4 different stores. We've already different lists we created. So some of the items, when we lost our signal, some of the things we didn't put back on. But if you guys are looking for those items, please just go to our store. We have lots of other items. We're gonna do a kitchen. We redid our house during the pandemic. So a lot of the stuff that we did our home through Amazon. And so we're going to go through each of our rooms and show you what we use and where we got it. And because sometimes, you have an idea of what you want, but you don't know how to put it all together. And I really say I'm really good at making things beautiful and affordable. It's one of my gifts. And so we're going to do this again next Tuesday. We hope that you would share this. We hope that you would just continue to just be a part of our community. Thank you for being with us tonight. And we hope that you found something that you needed and that you liked. We hope that we added value and we were entertaining as well. Thank you so much. And we will see you next Tuesday, Gil and Renee, our Life and Style Tech Store. Bye-bye. See you later.